This video is made for adult collectors because Tiny Minicon Prime.
It's a tactical unicycle. I'm eating a chocolate chip granola bar. I'm on a wheeljack. Oh, you fell.
I was so lost on how they were going to do Micronus because he's a Minicon and was listed as a deluxe. I was picturing like a small deluxe, like 86B sized, but what we got is a solution that seems so obvious yet I didn't think about it, probably because I'm just actually stupid. But anyways, this solution is so great. I want them to do pretenders in the modern day like this. This is Micronus Prime from Transformers Age of the Primes, and this was bought at Walmart Canada. Here's the box, not sponsored. Thanks Dan for finding this for me. Also, yeah, Walmart Canada, what crack are you smoking to get this entire fucking wave out early? I ain't complaining, but like, it's a lot. I might actually like ask someone as to why. I'm so curious. Micronus though isn't this. This is his mech suit. Micronus is the little guy inside. This is like a piece of candy stuck inside the armor. He comes out and you can just close the doors and now you have two figures, the Prime itself and the Apex armor. But Micronus here, he's a giant version of a Minicon symbol, but that I think that's neat. They use a crystal clear like plastic which carries the light very well through this shape. It makes it kind of glow a bit under certain lighting conditions. The back of the disc is but I barely display this man in disc mode anyway, so I don't care.
Very easy transformation. You just pull the arms up and out of the legs, and then bring the legs down on their knees, fold the head back, rotate the head, and stop him from surrendering, and there he is.
And there is the RID-15 styled Micronus, and he looks great. I like the little bits of blue paint on the legs that are slightly different shade from the clear to give that sort of like depth to it. And the head sculpt is great. Honestly, for how small this thing is, I thought they were gonna get the face a bit wonky, but no, here it looks like fine. He is made of clear plastic though, similar to Eject and Rewind from Legacy, and one of my knees on the figure likes to pop off when rotating it, which isn't fun on this material, but I really like the way that this looks.
So Micronus' articulation I thought was going to be kind of similar to this, where it's just like it's there but it's not sort of usable. But he fell over. Here this guy has an actual rotating head, so putting him in a lot of poses is actually usable because the head can rotate left and right. It's on a ball joint, so we can also look up that far. Can't look down that much, and like it's really small, so trying to get your fingers in there can be a little annoying. Shoulders are on ball joints, they can do a full 360, they can go out. Elbows are on ball joints, so they bend 90 and they rotate at the bicep. The hips are on universal joints, which is a surprise, but they go forward, back, in and out. You do have over 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and then you have that ball joint there to act as a swivel, and like this one just, it comes off every once in a while. It stops right here and then comes off. I think there's a bit of, yeah, there's a bit of excess plastic going around this. I just need to shave off, but yeah, it's a little annoying.
Now let's get him back into the Apex armor so we can talk about the rest of this, because this is the coolest thing ever. His artifact is this little disc that can sit in his chest. I love the different parts of breakup on this guy. Each section of the robot has different color blocks to it. Like the legs are black, the arms are light blue, the torso is dark blue. I think the head is a wee bit on the lame side. It just looks like nothing for me. I wish it had a bit more detail or a bit more paint, because it's just like a tube with a mask. I do like the gun fingers though. They look neat, and they come into play twice later. They do two different things other than just be hands. The legs are neat, being made of the entirety of the wheel, but the knees do something kind of cool when you bend them. It feels a bit like Nitro's knees, where when you bend them and then you can like round the thighs off with a bit of extra knee pad. It's a transformation thing on this toy, but it still looks neat to me, and if you don't want to, you can just leave the knee pads folded normally or folded round. My copy has a slight loose hip, but I could probably fix that later. His back is very messy with all the bits and bobs hanging off, but it's not terrible to me. I do know it will bug some people though, so it is worth pointing out. He is on the smaller size, but like he's wide, so he fills out this price point I think quite nicely.
So one thing that I noticed that I forgot to put in the script, because I'm noticing it even more now under this intense light, is you can, I didn't realize how different the colors were between this like light blue and this light blue, like this accent sort of color they put here on some of the parts. Like this is palm, so I assume that's also like a color matching thing. It's not this intense of a difference in person, but because I'm blasting it with studio lights right now, it's noticeable. But that's not really a complaint to me personally. I think the color breakup kind of works a bit better here. But like, anyways, articulation, the head, it is on a ball joint and a little hinge thing, but like it's so tiny and round, so getting a grip on it, it's a little hard. You can look that far left, you can look that far right. He can do a full 360, but I don't want to get the head stuck, so I'm not going to do that. You get a little bit of tilt, and then you can kind of go up a bit or down being on that hinge. These shoulders, they can do a full 360, though this does get in the way. They can go in and out. You can do a full T-pose, and they have like, they're rounded down here, so it kind of fills that in a bit as it goes up. I like that. You do have a bicep rotation, single jointed elbow that bends 90 degrees. The wrists rotate, and the wrists are on double mushroom pegs, which I thought was a bit overkill, but it's still funny. No waist joint because of how the transformation works, you'll see in a minute. Hips can go forward, they can go back, they can go in and out. You have thigh rotation. So the knees. This knee, right, it bends all the way, so you have that. Then you have an ankle tilt. This knee only bends that far because of the 5mm peg, so you have to move the 5mm peg out of the way to get the full knee bend. So just, you know, it's just an extra step on that one leg. But he's pretty posable for being a piece of armor that's wrapped around a guy. Again, a waist joint would be nice, but like, I don't know how you put one in there, so I'm okay with it not being in there. Also, I've got this in here now. I can't get it out. It won't. That's why I haven't taken it off to like show you. It's stuck. Mine is stuck. But yeah, his articulation's pretty good. It's all right. He doesn't have any heels, but he stands pretty okay, like in most poses. Though every once in a while he does teeter a bit. So I wish that had a little bit of a fold out thing. It has these little bits right here that fold down when you move this piece in, and that sort of gives it that extra stable base. But I wish there was something at the back too to keep him standing. He doesn't fall a lot, but every once in a while he will, and it is a bit annoying.
Now, this does become a weaponizer. You can take all the bits off, and I'm getting a phone call from a 1-800 number. Hello? Hello? They hung up. That's fantastic. You can take all the bits off and plug them together onto other figures for weapons, shields, and whatever the hell that thing on his back is. I love all the hands. They're now triple-barreled shotguns of themselves, like to hold for other figures. That's cool. But the best thing I think about this is a term my friend Dennis coined: the tactical unicycle.
So for the transformation, we're going to have Micronis out because he needs to ride the bike. But to get the armor, you do have to take it apart. There is no way to transform this without taking it apart, which is unfortunate, but I'm not 100% bothered by that. So to start with, we're going to remove the arms. That was a bit difficult to do. Take them off. Just sort of straighten them out and then leave them off to the side. Now you want to take this section here and open it up. And you're going to have to take the entire lower section of the body and take it out. Now, when you're going back into robot mode, you want this crotch piece to be oriented this way. So it needs to look like that in order to slide in, because there's like, you could put it in upside down or the wrong way around and it's not going to fit. This is the only way it fits, and it does stay in there quite well. So I like that. We're going to do the wheel first. So you take this, you fold this up, and then you just rotate the legs around like that. You want to take this 5mm peg and fold it out for now. You want to rotate this up, and then you want to bring this section up and around and then close that back up. Then fold the foot down without taking it off. That's the first time that's ever happened. What the hell? Oh, it's like a little sliding channel it goes in. Okay, so you reattach the foot, and then you bring this up and around as well, peg it together, and that is your giant wheel. So now we're gonna take this section, you fold the head, you fold this stuff around, you bring this out, bend these down, and then bring this down, and that'll clear these, right? So it's underneath them now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the wheel, and you want to peg it into these 4 5mm pegs here, get that lined up, and then do the same on the other side. And that's the really clever way they get the wheel to still spin while having it be his legs. And I think that's very cool. I'm also stalling because I can't line this up. Now it's all put together. So now you have these little slots and these tabs here that are gonna, you know, meet. So you peg those in on either side. They will sort of just like soft snap into place. There it goes. And then you want to take the arms and you want to plug them in to the back here. There and there. I'm just going to fold them down. You can leave them up as exhaust, but I'm going to fold them down so it can stand up. So there you have Micronis in his motorcycle mode, and then you bring in other Micronis. We're going to rotate the arms so that the 5mm ports are facing towards each other, and then just spread the legs out. These little tabs right here, they don't tab in securely, they just sort of slot in and are supposed to be like, oh, here's where his legs go. They're suggestions. And then you take the arms and you plug them into the handlebars, and there you have Micronis on the tactical unicycle. Oh, there it goes.
There it is, the tactical unicycle. It looks so goofy. You can fold the exhaust down, the third thing that the laser fingers are for, to hold up the bike. But what's really cool is with them down, the vehicle actually rolls very well. It rolls better on a softer surface than a harder surface, but like it rolls nice. And Micronis can fit on top with the 2 pegs that don't really work on his feet, and you can hold the handles. He sort of straddles the bike in a weird way, but it's so stupid. I love it. This is the goofiest thing the Apex could have turned into, but I think it's brilliant and I adore it. You can tell the designers went wild and had so much fun with this. It just got so ridiculous, and it's nice to see that in a sea of like still great but very G1 heavy Generations toys. I love it and I recommend it. It's super fun and goofy as hell, and it's technically 2 toys in one that do all sorts of different things, so it's a lot of play in one box. But that's my look at Micronus Prime. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.